Okay, so to use Google Classroom on your mobile device, you're going to have to download the app. If you have an iPhone, you're going to go to the App Store. If you have an Android, you're going to go to the Play Store. So I have the iPhone, so I'll go on in. If you type in Classroom and press search, usually it'll come up. If it still doesn't, you might want to type Google Classroom, but usually it's pretty popular, so it's towards the top. Since mine's already downloaded, it says open, so I'm going to go ahead and open it. The Google Classroom mobile feature is pretty great because you can just do grading on your phone. If you're going somewhere and you don't have your computer on you, it's also a great tool. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to access the grades. At the very bottom, you'll notice that there's the menu. When on the website, it's usually at the very top. So that's one of the differences, but everything else is pretty much the same. There are some things that are harder to do on the mobile device or the mobile application, but it's still fairly a great tool. So I'm going to show you the way that I would grade something. I'm going to use this one here, and I'll be able to see the student work. So I can click on one of the students and I'll see hers. So here I can add the grade. I can also check her assignment here. Now, depending on your internet, depends on the speed, but I'm going to just check the one paragraph she was required to write, which is her counterclaim and rebuttal. And I've already looked at hers, and hers looks pretty good, so I will come back. I'll add the grade. And I can also add a private comment. Great job. Or you can also say, next time, please use quotation marks with your evidence. Whatever it may be, you can add that. And then you simply send it by pressing that blue arrow. And now her work is officially graded. I have not returned it, so you'll have to do that. So it's still checked when I press the X, but you'll simply press the return button at the very top corner. So return. Now she'll get an email that I've graded it. And you'll see at the top menu my number from return from 1 to 2. So that's how you can use it. That's one of my favorite ways. Also, another way you can use it is during class when you're lecturing. If you want to create a question, you can also, I would go to classwork and then the plus sign at the bottom. And you can create a question. Maybe you want to do a check for understanding as you're going. And maybe the question is, what is a counterclaim? And then I like to make the due date on the same day of the question. And you can have time, like in the next 5 minutes, you have to answer it. I don't like to do that just because students who are absent, it might affect them. And then I always have to put the talkback so that it's easier for students to access. And then also, you're going to press short answer. You're going to press short answer if you want them to do a short paragraph. And there's also multiple choice option. If you want students to be able to edit their answer, you're going to have to toggle this part here. If you want them to reply here. If you don't want them to reply, then of course untoggle that. But I like both features. So then I'll go ahead and post the assignment. If you don't want to post it right away, you're going to press on the 3 dots at the top right, and you can schedule it. You can save it, or you can discard it and completely start over. But I usually attach it right away. Oh, you can also add an attachment from your drive or from anything that's on your phone. So anyway, here I am posting it. And there to answer the question. And now you'll see that under my argumentation topic, which is the one I used, there's the question. And as students are answering it, I can be walking around with my phone checking their answers, and I can have private conversations with them as needed if they didn't understand the material. So those are some of the fun features of the mobile. You can also add students this way. You can send them an email. You can also add teachers if you want other teachers to join on your classroom. And you can also just share some kind of announcement. It basically works the same as Google Classroom, but it's on the mobile, obviously. And that settings cog at the very top right will let you edit. You can also see the code here. For if there's a new student in your classroom and you don't want to have to pull up your computer, this is also a great way to do that because you'll see that the code is there. Okay, so this is how to use Google Classroom on your mobile device.